welcome back to another episode of Usapang Musiko Season 2. And yeah, for today's episode, I want to just discuss, can you really stop being a musician? No. What does it mean to be a musician? And, just basically talk about what can you do, or how do you consider yourself to be a musician? No. So, yeah, good afternoon to all our viewers. Shout out to John Denver Arizala. And of course, if you have questions, just comment down in the description box, the comment box. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, how do you become one? How do you really become a musician? I think every single person can be whatever they want, right? But there are certain jobs or occupations that you need to be uh you need licenses, for example, or you need a proper training to be, for example, a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer. Those things, you need to be licensed, you need to have the proper training and specialization, no? But not all jobs are created equally, no? And the thing about being a musician is you don't have to have certain qualifications to consider yourself one. As long as you love music and you create music, you're already a musician, no? What separates a professional from an amateur is different, though. No, of course, you can still live off being a musician and call yourself a professional, uh, even though you didn't graduate certain universities, you didn't graduate with a degree in music. You can still do it, and that's what makes it great. No, it doesn't discriminate. No, if you're really good at it, even if you didn't go to school for it, you can still be considered a musician, and you can still be great at it. No, and we know a lot of people, especially here on YouTube. No, they don't really have this sort of college or collegiate level training, but they are still producing good quality content, good quality music, you know? And it's not something that you really need to have in order to enjoy being a musician. And that's just how it is, no? We have friends who are not music graduates who earn a living using music, and it's not something you can gatekeep, or like you have to tell people that, oh, this is only for music graduates, or this is only for people who really studied music. No, because music, as at its essence, is an art form, and an art form requires a level of, expression, and it becomes something that you keep in yourself, not really for others. It's more self-centered than we give it credit for it, no? So you don't need to be approved by someone to in order to, be able to play at a certain level. But we have these types of courses, for example. And also, if you want to get a stable job, of course you need to study uh in a proper school, but just for the sake of it, music doesn't discriminate anyone. As long as you're willing to do the job, willing to do the work, put in the hours of training, and everything else in between, you're good to go. You can be a good musician, you could be a great musician, no? And yeah, I think, and it's also a good thing for others who earn a living doing music, is that you can consider other fields of endeavors as well if you want to, and still come back to being a musician, because being a musician never ends. As long as you are playing, you are, yes, considered one, right? And yeah, there's no gatekeeping here, there's no right or wrong. Of course, if you want proper training, you have to go where proper training is given, no? I think the only thing you have to consider also is that it's so open. The music world is so open that you just have to look through to find what you need, no? For mentors, no? There are a lot of great mentors who didn't even finish school, And there are also great mentors who finished school. So whichever mentor you would like to train with, you have to understand what they can offer. It doesn't A diploma, for example, doesn't mean good training already, because that's the training they got, not the training that they will give you. So it's something you should also be careful of, because it's a free world. No, as a musician, everything is accessible to other people. So your degree will not be the basis of anything. No, even in the real world. I mean, if you are playing and you're playing, someone is playing better than you, even though you're the one who has this degree or something like that. But if someone is overall better than you in one way or another, no, if for auditions, for example, if someone is doing a lot better than how you are doing, of course they will pick that other person. So it doesn't mean that you don't have a degree, you don't have a chance in becoming a professional musician, of course. But the thing is, right now, that industry is sleeping. No, let's not call it dead because it's not. It's just sleeping. All the people who are in that industry is doing other things just to sustain their livelihood or pay the bills, keep the lights open. But maybe in a few more years or a few months down the road, we'll be back in action. No, because as I've always said in my channel, music is not the something you need for survival, but you need it to be what? To be human. That's what differentiates us from other beings. The ability to look and feel and understand what's going on with our lives, diba? That's why we need music in order for ourselves to express ourselves through sound. Yeah. So we also know like tons of doctors who are also in music, diba? Like there's even in composers like Fritz Kreisler was a doctor that turned into a musician, and vice versa, no? A musician that turned into a doctor. So we can consider him one of those people. Another notable person, I think Einstein was, he wasn't, I haven't seen compositions by him, but you know, he's a great physicist, a great scientist, but also plays the violin, no? And he has been quoted that it's the thing that's keeping him as a human, giving him understanding and be better at what he's doing, no? And studies have shown, no, so that music actually helps out in whatever field you're doing, no? It helps out in uh mathematics, science, it's not just playing, no? It helps develop your brains, no? And that's what we want everyone to be exposed to music, how easily accessible it is, you know and how some people just tend to forget that everything we hear is made by someone, not very long ago. And that you can also be part of it if you want to. It's not something that only doctors can do. It's not something like only certain licensed people can do. It's everyone can do it. Whether you're rich, you're poor, you're literate or not, no, even if you can't read or write, as long as you can hold a tune, as long as you can produce a tune, you can enjoy music. You don't even need to know how to sing, even if you dance along with music. It's still considered a great way or an art form in itself. Yeah. So if there are times that you want to become a musician, but people are discouraging you not to. Always keep in mind that everyone is already a musician. In one way, shape, or form, they are already musicians. It's just how long can you sustain that lifestyle, or how far can you go with it? Are you Do you want to make it a career? Do you want to, you know, just do it as a hobby or something at the side of whatever you are doing? No, that's why a lot of people during the pandemic is taking up music. Like they're enrolling into classes because they have more time right now, and it's actually like completing their lives. No, it's almost it's a great way for anyone to actually be involved in the arts. No, it's an easy way in, and as you get in, there's no going back. No, why? Because the skills that you learn, you won't you can't take it away from you. So that's the thing. Once you become a musician, it's hard to take off that part of you. No, I've seen people who almost threw their instruments away because they chose another career path, another way to earn a living, another lifestyle, but end up getting their instruments back. You know, it's hard to throw something you love away, and it's really just part of human nature. Diba? It's something you really can't take away once you have it. And everyone is entitled to be a musician. Everyone can be a musician as long as you can put in the work, the time, and the effort that you need. Then, yes, you can do whatever you want. You can be whatever you want. All right. So I know this is just a quick stream today, or a quick podcast episode today. It's our 40th episode. So I might take a break in just maybe a few weeks and think of new content for you guys. And I will end this podcast here. So again, this has been Usapang Musiko Season 2. And I am Ryan Monakil. Follow me on all my socials. Check out my album on Spotify, my course on Udemy, and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and of course Anchor for my podcasts. Now, if you want music sheets that I have arranged, check out my Sheet Music Plus, and also check out Fiverr if you want to hire me for arrangements and recording music stuff for you. And this has been Usapang Musiko. I'm Ryan Monakil, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.